Hey y'all, good morning, good morning. Y'all gotta look over me, look over my hair. Just woke up, got something, wanna go and say something. So I wanna talk about detaching or whatnot. I really wanted to kinda write some things down, but it's like stuff just coming. I ain't even got time to write down. Then this morning I gotta get dressed. But anyway, detaching, when you detach for something, is to separate or disconnect. In particular, that's what the definition says: to unfasten, to disconnect, separate, loosen, undone, unhook, unbutton, free, sever, cut off, untie. So, the opposite of that is attachment. So attachment is basically an extra part or extension that is or can be attached to something to perform or particular function. So, like a couple of synonyms for attachment would be accessory, fitting, extension, add-on, appendage. So, with that being said, a lot of people have things that they attach themselves to that they shouldn't, or they allow people or things to attach to them that shouldn't, or whatnot. So, in the process, the smarter that you get, the more mature at heart that you get, you learn to detach yourself. When something don't feel right, or when you tired of feeling, because a lot of us, you've been hurt so much, you just start to just automatically detach, right? So you won't feel, but it's out of the wrong spirit though, because you detach from something because you don't want to feel something out of fear. So whenever you detach from something because you don't want to feel something out of fear, then it means you're doing it out of the wrong spirit for the wrong reasons. You have the wrong intentions to detach yourself from something, right? Sometimes you don't need to detach yourself. See, people detach themselves from things, or some things, when they really need to attach themselves or give themselves the ability to feel, to be sensitive, because that's the only thing feelings are, okay? Feelings are you being able to be sensitive to something. And if you're not sensitive to things, you'll miss things. So a lot of men particularly detach. Emotionally, they detach out of fear for people thinking they're weak, some women too, or out of fear of them being hurt. It's a defense mechanism that they detach themselves from something. But a lot of times it backfire on them, because guess what? They detach themselves for the wrong reasons, because they don't want to be seen as weak, or out of fear of feeling certain things. But in actuality, you need to feel, because you need to be sensitive to certain things. Because what did God say about the sheep? Sheep will hear my voice. They will hear my voice and they will not part from it. So in order for the sheep to hear God's voice, don't you think you got to be sensitive to it? Don't you think you got to be able to hear it? But if you detach yourself from something for the wrong reasons, then you're not going to be able to hear what you need to hear, or you're not going to be able to see or feel what you need to feel. So on the flip side, now, the reasons, some of the things that that are healthy, a healthy detachment is when somebody is toxic, when somebody is negative, or you're not resonating, or you're not feeling a person's spirit per se. Something tugging it, something ain't right. So when you go to start it feeling a certain type of way, and you be like, hold up, that ain't me. That ain't how I feel. That ain't my spirit. That ain't my energy. That's somebody else's. Because a lot of us, well, I say me per se, I could feel stuff. So I could walk in a room and I could feel a whole bunch of stuff. I could feel anxiety. I could feel shame, or I could feel like I'm shame, or I'm nervous. And sometimes you be like, nah, that ain't me. That ain't my energy. That ain't my spirit. That's somebody else's. And you be like, nah, I ain't claiming it. That is not me. Or you can walk in a certain environment and you be like, man, like, it's heavy up in here. Or you just feel mad all of a sudden, or you just feel bad, or it's just something don't sit with you all of a sudden. That's when that's the sensitivity of what's around you. The awareness of the energy that's flowing, the spirits, whatever's in the room, or whatever's wherever you are, whatever other people are feeling, whatever they got going. Because sometimes, like I said, you can pick up on stuff. And if you're not aware, then you'll feel like it's you, and you will take on those feelings and start harboring those feelings. When in actuality, it's the person next to you, the person you living with, your cousin feelings, or your coworker feelings, or somebody else feelings, and it ain't even yours, and you trying to detach from something, but you don't realize why you're trying to detach from something. Well, that's a reason when you should detach, when something is not yours, when you finally figure out, oh, this ain't mine. But on the flip side, other people like to detach from things when they shouldn't. No, you need to soak up in it. You need to see how you feeling, or how that other person feeling, or what's going on, and then you start to see, okay, nah, this ain't mine. This ain't mine. This yours. And then you go to that's how you're able to be sensitive to others. And you be like, nah, that's how she feeling. Because I don't feel that way. So clearly that's how you feeling. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to explain it because it's really hard for people to miss what I'm saying. So what I mean is, like, you got healthy attachments, you got unhealthy attachments. So a lot of times when you're wounded and when you're broken, you just want to detach from everything out of fear, because you're scared that this person gonna hurt you, or you are fearful of being attached to something. On the flip side, you got unhealthy attachments, people that's toxic, negative, unhealthy. Yeah, you need to detach, but you have to learn when to detach and when to not detach. Because a lot of times you need to be sensitive, but it's looked on and frowned on so negatively that a lot of men detach themselves emotionally, and they lose. You don't do that. You need to learn when to detach yourself or whatnot. So I know some people be looking at me, because I'm a female. Some people look at it negatively too, like, dang, she could just detach herself. Yep, sure can. Took years of experience. It's a muscle. Just like the mindset, it's a muscle. You got to work that thing. The more you work that thing, you get better. The more awareness you get, the more you pay attention, the more you pay attention to how you feel, your sensitivity, you be like, nah, it ain't me. The more self-love you put into yourself, the more within you go, you know what's you and what ain't you. So then the better you know yourself, the better you know what's coming from you and what's coming from other folks. So just learn to be aware of your surroundings and know when to attach yourself and when to detach yourself. Because I detach myself meaning cut off something that don't serve me real fast. And people be like, man, you ain't care about me. You ain't love me. You ain't this and that and that and that. Nah, I just see you unhealthy and you toxic. So I can't deal with it because you'll drag me down. Because I'm a feely type of person. I can feel stuff. And if I allow your feelings to come over into me, it'll drag me down. And I'd be negative and I'd be emotional and I'd be wishy-washy and I'd be up and down just like you. So I know how I am because I ain't. I don't act a certain way. But when I go to being up and down, wishy-washy, all over the place, confused, that's you, bruh. That's you, sis. So I know I have to step back and detach myself. Because if I don't detach myself, then we become one. My feelings, your feelings become my feelings. And I don't want that. So I learn to detach myself. So know the difference. Some people still love you or still have love for you, but they learn over the years how to detach themselves from whatever you got going on. Okay? Because my auntie used to say all the time, you know, you can love a person and this and that, but if you're too close to them, they'll fall on you. So I always give people falling room. So sometimes you have to beg back so people won't fall on you, because if they fall on you, they're going to hurt you. And guess what? You both going to be hurt. So it ain't no good if both of y'all hurt, so one of y'all got to beg on back. You know what I'm talking about? So that's one analogy when it comes to that. But like I said, a lot of men detach unhealthy. They detach for the wrong reason and it be unhealthy. It be unhealthy detachments. Because you disconnect and you unattach from everything. Because you don't want to feel, or you done been hurt, or you got trust issues, mama issues, or whatever. Some female done got you messed up. You know, then whoo, just didn't tow you up. So now you walking around here detached, don't want to love or in fear of stuff. So you detaching from things and not emotionally available when you should be. You know what I mean? Because you feel like, yeah, you know, this emotional stuff, this love stuff for the birds. All women ain't this, you know, whatever. It's all you. You know what I mean? That's you. That's on you. You know, but until you learn to control your feelings, because at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel, you thinking you controlling your feelings by detaching. But in actuality, you ain't controlling them. They controlling you. Because now you feel like you got to disconnect. Because now you in survival mode. You know, or you in defense mode, because that's really what it is, a defense mechanism. So now nothing can get in. They're supposed to get in, and you end up missing out because you are all detached or you emotionally unavailable when you need to be available. You know, so I hope y'all get what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do another video because this is like spare the moment. I just got up and I'm like, ugh, let me go and put something out there. Just put it out there and I'll cap it back off it later. But just get your mind right. Get it right. You know what I mean? Work on yourself. Know yourself so you won't have to feel like you got to walk around here discombobulated, detached emotionally, and you come off as a a donkey, because in reality you don't want to be hurt or you don't want to show weakness or something like that because you so in your pride or your ego because you want to be a man. And with actuality, a man needs to be sensitive to a lot of things so he won't miss stuff. And that's why a lot of men end up playing themselves, because y'all missing stuff. Trying to play somebody else and you playing yourself. So you can't do other stuff to other people without doing it to yourself. You know, you can't dig a hole for others and not dig it for yourself. You can't mistreat others and not mistreat yourself. So come on, reel it back in. Get them feelings under control. You know, get that fear under control. Get trying to be in control under control. Oh, man, I hope this bless y'all. But anyway, y'all be good.